In 1897, in the spring, the Faulkners moved into the mansion.
Right.
But it wasn't too long before Darthula Saunders, the mother-in-law, moves in.
Oh, those mother-in-laws.
That's right.
I already know where this is going.
One day she took a trip, went to Tullahoma. While she was gone, she died. My wife said her body went back to Carthage, Tennessee, but her spirit came back to this middle window.
Security Federal Savings Bank is always pleased to provide virtually every banking service you could ever need. But more than that, we are proud to offer a relationship with you, your family, or your company. We've been here supplying just what you need and building a trust, a relationship. And that's something hard to find these days. Our bankers are here for you, here to help. If you are interested in a relationship, come to the friendliest bank in town, Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC.
The My Usage app is a way to conveniently pay online, anytime, day or night. You can also come by any Caney Fork Electric office and sign up for the prepay option available using the My Usage app. Know exactly how much electricity is used each day and the cost. Best of all, no monthly bill. You can set up email or text alerts, keep track of your usage, and pay your bill, all with the My Usage app from Caney Fork. Caney Fork Electric, keeping you informed.
Douglas and Lanier, that's where I choose to be. Douglas and Lanier, that's the agency for me.
For rock solid insurance coverage or sound financial planning for my family's future, Douglas and Lanier is where I choose to call home.
Grace Family Pharmacy announces new medication packaging service. It provides a simpler, safer medication experience through convenient, personalized packaging using the latest in pharmacy robotics. We're located at 357 West Main Street. Our phone number is 931-473-6418.
McMinnville, you're a great place to be. McMinnville, Tennessee.
So here in Falcon Rest Mansion, can you tell us a little bit about the history?
Well, in 1896, Clay Faulkner, who was the richest man in this region, told his wife Mary if she had moved from downtown McMinnville 2.5 miles out here so he could be closer to his Mountain City woolen mill, which was catty-cornered across the road from the mansion where they made gorilla pants.
Okay.
They were so strong even a gorilla couldn't pull them apart.
Wow, I'd love to see that.
If she would move from town out here, he would build her the grandest mansion in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And 1 year later, they moved into this 10,000 square foot mansion called Falcon Rest.
Okay.
They had 5 children, 4 girls and a boy, and lived here till his death in 1916.
Oh, that's awesome. And like, now this is open to the public. You have different types of group come throughout the year here, correct?
We are open every day, Wednesday through Sunday, from 9 to 5. And we do tours, individual tours or group tours.
Yeah.
And we do entertainment shows for groups.
Yeah.
And where we give people characters but no lines. And we serve food with it, and they get a tour as well. And then we have a big Victorian gift shop next door.
Oh, nice.
Where you'll find stuff you won't find at Walmart.
Correct.
And
I remember that.
And we have a tea room where people can have lunch here from 11 to 2 each day that we're open. We also do special events.
I was going to say, we were here as McMinnville professionals, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, you all are a great group.
And we also have accommodations on the grounds of the mansion, not in the mansion, but on the grounds of the mansion. In fact, we got people here from New York as I speak. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And tell me, off air, y'all were talking about the Tennessee Biltmore?
Well, PBS started calling it Tennessee's Biltmore.
Okay.
And the reason why they did is it's not a castle like the Biltmore Estate.
Right. Just a mansion, only a mansion.
It's just a mansion. And but it had all the systems the Biltmore estate had in the late 1800s, like electric lights and pressurized running water, indoor bathroom, had refrigeration, had closets, and all the walls here go all the way down to the bedrock, 17 feet underground.
The inside and outside walls are solid brick, 3 bricks thick.
Wow.
And they're 3 bricks thick. And
that's crazy.
So it's one of the things that makes this a unique place.
So if anybody would like to book an event with you guys, how can they get in contact with y'all?
Just give us a call or send us an email.
Okay. Yes. And you got the number?
I certainly do. The number is 931-668-4444, and the email address is falconrest@falconrest.com. And if they want to know what we do, it's all on the internet.
Gotcha.
falconrest.com.
All right, this evening you're coming to our award-winning hit show called Murder at the Mansion. Someone is going to be guilty. It's based on the 1897 dinner party the Faulkners had the grand opening their home, Falcon Rest. What's going to happen is I'm going to look at you, figure out who you were in October of 1897. We're going to give you a little sign, put it around your neck, tells you who you are, what you're on the front side. On the back side, tells you about your personality, except you don't get any lines. So you can say anything you want to as a character that you are, except one person in the room will get a line, and I guarantee you they're going to know when to say it. Guaranteed.
You know, y'all have created so many different milestones as we're walking into Mr. Faulkner's bedroom. One of them is being the first domain with the internet?
As far as I know, falconrest.com was the first domain name that Ben Lomond ever arranged.
Oh, wow.
It was one of the first business ones.
Yeah.
I had been working at NASA in Huntsville. We had access to the internet just as the World Wide Web was getting really started. So when I got home full time in '95, we got a domain name. We built a website from scratch. And I guess in '96, LaVoy Knowles, who had been such a visionary for Ben Lomond and getting internet here that was available locally without a long-distance dial-up call, asked George to come to a meeting for business people and tell them about the internet.
Yeah.
So George came and he was talking about it. He said, by next year, I predict it will be our #1 source of business. He came home and told me, and I said, nothing will ever replace word of mouth. By the next year, internet was our *1 source.
You stuck your foot in your mouth at that point, right?
We still have our internet through Ben Lomond because he was a visionary to get it here so very early.
That's awesome.
And it helped make our business.
So we could probably say y'all are probably the very first business in McMinnville that got your domain.
As far as we know.
Gosh, y'all have so many milestones y'all are breaking. I'm so grateful. Hey guys, Kelly Walker Slaughter here with Warren First 931 and partnering up once again with my good friends Jonathan Womack at Communitytvtn, and we're at the beautiful Falcon Rest Mansion. And with me once again I got George, the best story history teller ever. You make history so much fun. But one thing, not just about the history, is the ghost stories.
Oh yes.
And are we standing in a particular one right now?
I will tell you 2 stories.
Okay.
When I first bought the place and started restoring, one day I was out front. This guy pulls up and he says, I got to tell you something. He said, you see that window? He's pointing to this window.
This window, okay.
He said, years ago, he said, I was courting with a girl, and he said it was after the hospital had closed and everything sort of spooky out here, and said, I pulled up and we parked out there and said, upstairs, it was vacated, that there was a little lady with a high neck dress and hair in a bun standing in the window with a little lantern.
Oh gosh, just looking over at them?
And I said to myself, oh yes, years pass, we get open. One day we had these guys and they were here for a tour. And a few days later, we get a phone call. I happen to answer the phone, which is abnormal for me because my wife normally answers it. And this guy said, we were just there and we took a picture out front of the mansion. And upstairs, in the middle window, there's a little lady with a high neck dress and a hair in a bun standing in the middle window.
Oh no.
And I said, would you repeat that again? And I said, you got a picture of that?
Yes.
I said, send me a copy. And when I got it, he was right.
Oh my
there
God.
was a little lady with a high neck dress and a hair in a bun standing in the middle window. Now, who is that?
That's what I was going to ask.
Who is the little lady? Well, in 1897, in the spring, the Faulkners moved into the mansion.
Right.
But it wasn't too long before Darthula Saunders, the mother-in-law, moves in.
Oh, those mother-in-laws.
That's right.
I already know where this is going.
One day she took a trip, went to Tullahoma. While she was gone, she died. My wife said her body went back to Carthage, Tennessee, but her spirit came back to this middle window. But thousands of pictures have been taken down on the sidewalk at the bottom of this window, where they see a little lady with a high neck dress and a hair in a bun standing in the middle window. We think it's Darthula Saunders, the mother-in-law.
Wow, so she's...
Thula, one of the children, was named after Darthula, the mother-in-law.
So she's kind of like, do you think she's just overseeing it and making sure everybody's following the rules or something?
I say the reason why she's in the window, she's overlooking the grounds, watching the children play.
Oh, that's so sweet. Grandma's seeing the grandbabies.
That's right.
And then also with the fall coming up and being in October, do you guys have ghost tours and things like that for the community?
When people come in and they ask about ghost tours, we provide those for them, upon request, obviously. But we also do ghost shows.
Okay.
And we've had school groups that have done a Ghost at the Mansion show, where I give everybody a character as a ghost, people that lived in the past, and I do comedy shows based on real history, and and Darthula, of course, is
of course, you gotta have her.
Oh yeah, she shows up.
Because like you said, like out of the 35 years y'all have been in business, like there is like a jigsaw puzzle with
we've been in business 30 years.
30 years. Okay.
But now I stepped on the grounds and bought the place, and on Easter week, 1989.
Oh wow!
Without my wife ever having seen it.
Oh.
I tell men don't do what I did.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you probably been making up for that for 30 years now, haven't you?
Well, I'm still around.
You're still here, so you're doing something right.
I'm not a ghost yet.
Not yet. You're not with the Thula yet. You're not at the window.
Right.
But with that said, thanks again for having us. And guys, keep it here at Warren First 931. And thanks again to Community TVTN. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.